Hi, I'm Asnith, and today I am going to be making my seafood rice. This is a very easy recipe, and I guarantee you that you are going to love it. And after you eat it, you're not going to be tired. That's the best part. So, to make my seafood rice, I usually use 1 head of cauliflower, 2 cups of broccoli, 1 chopped up carrot, about less than 1/3 cup of cilantro, maybe a little less, 3/4 cups of red bell pepper, 3 cloves of garlic. I chop up 1 jalapeno, but if you don't like spice, don't add it. Also, green onion, and of course, ginger, which I'm going to add at the end. It is like the secret weapon that adds the best spice to this dish. I also add seaweed, which they call nori rolls. I usually get this pack. I kind of look for dried seaweed. A lot of it is roasted, but it can be hard to find it dried. So when I do, I purchase it. And so to prepare, all I did was just add water and let it soak. And I tell you, it probably doesn't even take over a minute to a minute and a half for the seaweed to soften and be ready. So, the best part about this is that it doesn't take forever to make. It's so quick and simple. I simply take the lid off of my food processor. First thing I add is cauliflower. Now when I'm adding this cauliflower, sometimes it fills up so fast that I feel like I don't have room to add other vegetables. So I kind of watch by eye to get a good idea. So like right now, it's already pretty much filling up. I then take everything I prepared on the plate that I pre-cut, and I simply am going to dump all of that in. Best thing I love is like I don't have to do it in any particular order. I just stuff it all in there, which is awesome. So with my broccoli and the seaweed, I am not going to put it in my food processor. This I add once it's all blended up and I pour it into the container I'm going to use. So I put the top on, and this could take a minute or longer. I've never really timed it, so just bear with me. So you can see how quick this has already blended. I'm going to add a little bit more of the cauliflower, just so I can get it all, well, the rest of it, so I can get it all in there. And voila. And you have to check this because this blends up, this food processor blends this up so fast. You don't want it mushy. You just want it broken down enough for it to resemble rice, but not to the point where it's mushy. Alright guys, look how fast it blended it up. Just so awesome. So I then take it, and I have this container to dump it into. Only because if I decide to eat most of it today, I'll still have a little store. But if I decide just to eat a little bit, it's going to be a meal that I go to this week just to grab from. Something really quick. Say for instance, if I'm going to work, I'll just go ahead and take this rice and put it in a smaller container. So I have to take this blade out. And I want to show you guys just how much rice comes out of that 1 cauliflower. So much. Okay, so I'm done with that. Look how much is in this container. It's like full. I added a little liquid aminos to my broccoli earlier, just a little bit. I take this broccoli in and I dump it. I take this bowl and I dump it inside the cauliflower. And then I take my seaweed and I dump it inside. So this is about 1/3 cup. When I first put it in, it looks like such a tiny bit, but as the water absorbs it, it just like, you can see it puffed up to make it look like more. So I add those two in. And then I just kind of mix that all in. This is so easy to make. And it's absolutely delicious. And sometimes people say, I can't eat raw broccoli or things like that. I'm going to tell you, because it's not flavored. If you flavor it well enough, you're going to love it. So for this recipe, for my sauce, I have a smaller bowl. So actually, I want to take 2 tablespoons. Well, actually, I'm going to take 3 tablespoons because it's a lot here. But usually I take about 2 tablespoons sometimes. This is coming out so slow. Give me 1 second. Take this top off of here. Oops. Okay, so 2. So I'm going to just do 3. And so usually for every tablespoon of brass liquid amino, I usually will add about, well, actually for like every 2 tablespoons of brass liquid amino, I usually add 1 teaspoon of maple syrup. You can see I poured a little too much. So since I have 3, I'm going to use 1.5 teaspoons. And then I want to add sesame oil. I want to use 1.5 tablespoons of sesame oil. So I'm going to run through those wet ingredients for you one more time. I used brass liquid amino, which for this dish I used 3 tablespoons. I also used maple syrup, so I used about 1.5 teaspoons. And for the sesame oil, I used 1.5 tablespoons. And now I also have half of a lime. I'm just going to squeeze that in there. And this lime is juicy too. Alright, so there you have it. I'm going to take that, kind of stir that up. Let me see. Yes, that's so good. And I'm going to just pour this all over my rice. And I kind of like, you want to make sure you're pouring it over your broccoli and every part of it. But then you have to mix it. Make sure like the sauce gets everywhere. And if you're someone who likes a lot of sauce, then go to 4 tablespoons of the brass liquid amino. Add 2 teaspoons of maple syrup, and then add 2 tablespoons of sesame oil. So I make sure that it's blended very well. But guys, I'm not done. I still got one more part. I just have to blend it really well. You guys, look how good this looks. Look at my seafood rice. I just am so proud of myself right now. And then, for the finishing touch, I add ginger. Now I grate this over. Like I said, this adds more spice. If you do not like spice, skip the ginger. To me, it gives it a really, it gives it a better blended taste. So I just grate the ginger over it. Oh, this smells so good. So I didn't even use that much of this ginger. Just a little. See how it's on the back of here? And also, when you're mixing the wet ingredients, you can add the ginger to your bowl if you want. And that way it'll make it easier. So guys, just that quick. I'm done. I've already made a dish that's filling and healthy in probably less than 10 minutes if I just would have went straight to the video and put the ingredients together and blended it for you. So now it's time to taste, which is my favorite part. And I'm going to say again, the best thing about this is that I can eat it and I'm not going to be full and tired afterward. I'm going to be more energized than ever. You're going to love this. This is so good. And like you can see, I'm sorry, my mouth is still full of everything. Like you can see, it's so easy to make. So go out, grab the ingredients, and try the seafood rice. You are not going to regret it. You're going to love it, and you'll thank me for it. Till I see you next time, have a great day.